The new dissociative identity disorder TikTok trend, an occult perspective. Somebody recently contacted me asking for an occult perspective on the new did TikTok trend, where mostly teens are convincing themselves of having multiple personalities, some of these being fictional characters and real people. So I decided to check some of this stuff out, and it is very interesting. I'm going to have to tread a little bit carefully here because of the whole mental illness thing being a bit of a hot topic issue. But I have some insight in this from my past that is quite interesting. Now, the majority of these cases that I've seen are most likely borderline personality disordered young women who are doing it for attention, which is essentially what most people probably put it all down to. But some of it is interesting and going into areas that are bizarre, especially reality shifting. And people convincing themselves that they are going to Hogwarts and that they have this whole other life, and even videos of them trying to how to explain to your parents that you are able to travel between universes. This is strange, but it's not really anything new. I think a lot of this has come out of the whole COVID lockdowns. Since being at that fundamental age, these teenagers have been essentially stuck at home by themselves with nothing to do for almost 2 years. And that has had an enormous toll on the mental health of especially young people at that vulnerable age. So I think a lot of it has to do with that atomization and isolation causing them to try and reach out to different things, forms of escapism, or to deal with the situation. And because if you go into the kind of direction like I have with the occult, and there is an occult revival happening, and I see this as all being part of that revival, even though this is more on the new age and bizarre end of things. Whenever the culture and a country or nation starts to go into turmoil, people start moving towards occult and esoteric ideas and traditions. And a great example of this happening is the Soviet Union. And pre-revolutionary Russia had this huge occult revival. And the same thing happened at the end of when the collapse of the Soviet Union. And during the Soviet Union, even with the intense eternal repression, they had bizarre occult movements, some that were government sanctioned, like Cosmism, which is a whole subject matter that I'll definitely go into at a certain time. But Russia and the Soviet Union are a great example of when a society is put into extreme turmoil and identity has been stripped away and the future becomes extremely uncertain. Occult revivals happen, and I see this as part of it. Now, back in my day, they called dissociative identity disorder multiple personality disorder, and I happen to have been there where this woman in her 40s, who apparently had it very bad, switched, as the TikTokers are calling it. And she apparently had a personality that wanted to kill her. And so me and this other guy sat there watching this fully grown woman get on her knees, start screaming incoherently and smashing her arms down on the pavement over and over and over again until she had managed to severely fracture both of her arms. That's a pretty extreme example of whatever multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder is. I believe that woman was dealing with what I would call, I guess, demonic possession. That was too extreme. And in a lot of cultures, when you are having different health problems or other things, people would sometimes refer to you as being sort of infected almost with multiple entities attached to you. And I kind of subscribe to that theory that it's possible for multiple entities to be inside a person at the same time. However, did TikTokers, as I said, the majority of them seem like borderline personality cases doing it for attention, but some of them are kind of strange. And this layering of different personalities, demons, especially in books like the Goetia or the Lesser of King Solomon or the Legemeton and other books involving summoning or evoking demons, they are always in hierarchies. And a lot of demons have subordinates. And some people find the Goetia quite funny because, there's some are referred to as presidents and things like this. And in the Abramelin operation, at the end, where you have to summon these demonic entities with the help of the Holy Guardian Angel to subdue them, like in the Goetia, these entities are in dominion over hordes of lesser demonic entities. So there is a strange parallel with dissociative identity disorder, with all these, hierarchical personalities, when in the world of the Western esoteric tradition and Kabbalism, demons form these hierarchies, and it's all conjecture. And I know people are probably going to want me to be controversial and go, oh, it's all demonic possession. I actually very rarely call somebody demonically possessed. Christian was the perfect example to me of somebody within pop culture who is showing all the symptoms of what I believe to be demonic possession. And, people like, for instance, Jacob Sockness, I have absolutely no belief that he is possessed by demons. I do believe he's channeling them, but I do not believe that he is possessed, despite what people might think of him. I've been in communication with him for quite a long time, and yeah, I don't believe he's possessed at all, and a lot of people might find that surprising. But yeah, it's an accusation that I don't like to throw around lightly. Now, with these hierarchical personalities, the ones who legitimately have it, like that woman who I watched break both of her arms, it seems that they're possessed by multiple entities. And you can go into depth analysis and Jungian archetypes to explain a lot of this. And I subscribe quite a lot to that kind of explanation of these unconscious archetypes and things from the collective unconscious interfering with the personality of the individual. But with the multiple personality dissociative identity disorder case, it is really hard to pin down. Now, with the ones who are doing reality shifting and things like that, who believe they have another personality in the Harry Potter universe, this is getting dangerously close to Christian territory with his C-137 and the whole dimensional merge stuff. People, I would warn anyone who's doing that kind of stuff in the Western esoteric tradition, I guess the closest thing to that would be astral projection or astral travel. And in a lot of magic circles, you are required to build an astral temple that you go to, and you can even perform ritual magic with the tools implemented within this astral temple and things like that. And you are encouraged to explore the astral world, whatever that might be. But you're essentially trained into doing that. You're not just lying down or, doing some new age form of meditation. The danger of it is, unlike with the occult and magic, you don't have any semblance of control or knowledge whether you're delving into the world of illusion or falling, as Crowley might put it, into the klipoth in Kabbalistic terms, or Sitra Atra, the world of illusion and demons, the babblers of the abyss. You don't have anything to compare it to. You don't have, and you're following these techniques put on these videos on TikTok and stuff like that. That's a dangerous game to play. And I would definitely recommend going down and actually doing your research on this stuff, not new age stuff, but actually delving into it deeply if you're going to attempt any of that kind of thing. Because you are opening yourself up to possession, essentially. That's the danger. By trying to go to Hogwarts and delving into this world of illusion, you're also opening yourself up to mental illness and psychic attack and things like that. And I'm going to try and keep this quick and concise, so I'll stop here. But the majority of the cases, it's all borderline personality stuff. Some of it is very strangely synchronistic with how demons operate with regards to the Goetia and Kabbalism in the hierarchies of demons and the hierarchies of personalities in dissociative identity disorder. So yeah, I think there definitely is a case you could put forward that a lot of these people are demonically possessed by a hierarchical range of entities. And I've seen how bad people who actually have this can get, with the example I mentioned earlier. But as I'll reiterate, a majority of these cases on TikTok, absolutely not. But some, yeah, some it may be. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.